Welcome to this special interview with our very own, the founder of Unibrand, the person who grow, the people who grows brand. Please help me welcome Sumit Roy. Sumit, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to interview you, and thank you so much for giving me your time. And special thanks on that.
Thanks, Harkirat. Actually, you need to. I should have told you that there's a particular way to pronounce the name of my company.
Oh,
It's a little difficult.
okay,
It's
right.
pronounced. It's pronounced Runer Brands.
Brand.
Runer. Yeah, the tongue has to be very firmly in the cheek for
Okay.
Runer, but the brands part is clear
Wow. So that's something
because
that that's awesome, man.
because the university part is definitely tongue in cheek. If
Okay,
it's anything, it's the world's smallest learn by earning university
right,
of brand building,
right.
and that's why it's
Oh,
tongue in cheek.
wow.
Essentially, I believe that book knowledge and university knowledge doesn't help with brand building. It just
Yes,
takes common sense.
yes,
If you needed to come in and be a client, I would ask you, how would you know your brand is successful? You would indicate the revenues or the number of clients or the number of customers that you want, and I would agree on that. And then I would guide you how to get there. So you pay 50% of the fees upfront and the balance when you've reached your objective, which is the reason why startups and entrepreneurs like my model. My first client was a housewife in Connecticut who used to sell candles, and this was way back in 1996. See, the mistake that they make is that when I asked Candle Lady, "What business are you in?" she
right,
said, "I'm in
right.
the business of candles."
Oh,
When
mm-hmm,
I said, "No,
mm-hmm.
actually, you're in the business of romance." So the moment she understood that, it was very easy to grow her business.
Right.
And there's another technique that I use called friends of the brand, which
Okay.
is that if you're in the romance business, who's your competition?
Mm-hmm,
Okay. So I
mm-hmm.
was actually telling her that you know, cards are your competition, flowers are your competition. So she came up with a wonderful idea, which is said that fine dining restaurants are our competition. And then I showed her how to sell those candles to the fine dining restaurants, and her
Mm-hmm.
business grew very, very fast. So
Okay.
with just two simple tricks,
Right.
her business grew.
Wow. But still, people try lots of many things like advertisements and all those sort of things in order to grow their brand. So,
Yeah, see,
mhm,
if they cannot answer the business that they're really in,
right,
no
right.
amount of advertising will help.
So the message is important, right? The message of the
It's
brand.
not message. It's not the message of the brand.
Okay.
People make a mistake between product and brand.
Okay. Hmm.
Like, for example, if I ask you, what business is Starbucks really in? What would you say?
So I would say like lifestyle business. So that they're actually selling lifestyle to people.
Not all brands have to sell lifestyle.
Okay. So maybe they are like the third person between the home and the office.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
So this insight
Right.
that of being a third space between home and office,
Right. Right.
now you understand why Starbucks has your name written,
Right.
has
Correct.
got a ritual.
Hmm.
And what does Starbucks do to advertise?
Hmm.
Nothing, because the
Right.
tribe itself. So that's the way to do it. It's not that advertising cannot be used; it should
Right.
be used.
Mm-hmm.
But an advertising without a word of mouthable idea,
Mm-hmm.
without making the consumer a champion, is a waste of money.
Waste of money. Right. So you have to
Yeah.
make the consumer a hero first of all.
Consumer to be such a loyal champion of your brand that he or she will be the advocate.
Did we? Okay. Great. So you have mentioned the word of mouth. So
That's right.
that the today's interview is around that word itself because the word of mouth spreads from relationship marketing. So just tell
Right.
tell the people about what the relationship marketing is, especially because nowadays I see people they don't understand this term due to some selfish reason of their salespeople or all those sales
If
numbers, right?
See, frankly, there is no marketing that
Right.
is worth called marketing if it isn't relationship marketing.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So currently, what people do is, unfortunately, business schools have trained individuals to measure market share.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
how many customers do you have?
Right.
Okay, and it's become a transaction led thing.
Hmm.
Can I get the sale?
Right.
The whole idea of relationship marketing is repeat sales. It's not a customer unless the customer is going willing to come back again, and is not really a customer unless the customer becomes what I call a prosumer, a person who will
Presume.
champion the brand
Mm-hmm.
without expecting to get paid for it.
Mm.
So all this nonsense about hiring influencers is absolute nonsense.
Right.
Okay? It's just waste of money.
Okay.
Okay,
So
because everybody knows that the influencer is being paid to recommend, so it
right.
doesn't really help much. I
So
call it influenza marketing.
influenza marketing.
Yeah, it's just a disease.
Okay. So madam, the thing is how the people, how you have applied the relationship marketing in your business, especially if you talk about.
Uh, like for example, in my business,
Hmm.
if you go to my website, you'll find it is outdated. It's antiquated. I've not changed my
Yes.
website since 2001
Oh, oh,
because
okay.
my clients don't go to my website to come to me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
they come to me because
Mm-hmm.
happy clients of mine have recommended.
Mm. Right.
So currently, my marketing, if anything, is I give away my knowledge on LinkedIn.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I've seen it.
And so those of you who can answer those 5 questions, um, they if they can answer it, they don't need my coaching. If they
Mm-hmm.
can't answer it, then they need my coaching. Then they come.
Right. Right.
Okay.
So for the, like, for new starters especially now, if you have been working in a lot of industry, a lot of businesses, you have working with a lot of businesses, especially you have a good amount of client base that can refer you. But let's say
Yeah.
if I start a business today, I am a
Mm.
newbie, so how I will use this relationship marketing, and what tips or strategies you will like to advise me or implement
So
and implement.
very simply, first you need to use a little bit of common sense to answer these 5 questions.
Okay. Okay.
I will actually simplify it down to 2 questions, and there are
Okay.
related questions to answer so that you can answer the questions well. First
Hmm.
is an insightful answer to what business are you really in?
Okay. Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
And if that answer is a product or a category, you don't have a brand.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Right.
But if it's an emotion
Hmm.
and it's an unmet emotional need,
Hmm.
then you do have a brand.
Right.
So, what's the business that you're really in? If you have a answer, you can start building a brand.
Right.
And the next thing that you need is what's the idea that captures the essence of the brand that the consumer will want to champion, will
Oh.
want to tell others about.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. Right.
Once that happens, and this is not even a slogan nowadays
Right.
in 21st century marketing. For example, what is Google's slogan?
Google slogans, I don't know. I don't
Oh, is a brand supposed to not have a slogan? Can a brand be a brand without having a slogan?
know. I think maybe the people have that mindset that they think that a brand should have a tagline, a brand should have a that. Uh,
That's 20th century thinking.
oh. Okay.
That's absolutely 20th century thinking.
Okay.
Because now with word of mouth,
Mm-hmm.
see, you are a champion of Google because you must have said lots of times that go Google it.
Right. Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Right.
All
Right.
right. So
Right.
you're the advertiser, you're the advertisement. Okay. So in fact, it'd be very interesting for your listeners. And let me ask you, what business is Google in?
So Google, so Google is all about, I think, helping people to get information, whatever information they can with just a click, maybe, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong.
So Yahoo was also doing that.
Okay.
Any search engine was doing that.
Right. Right. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the truth that they discovered was so let me just take you there are
Sure.
five if
Sure.
you, I would recommend your listeners to go to my article called Brands What's the Fuss is All About. You'll
Okay.
find that on my LinkedIn. You can
So I
give
will
them
give the
the
link. I give them the link, right,
you'll
in
get the
description.
link,
Right.
and there you'll find that there are 5 questions.
Mm-hmm.
What's the obvious emotional truth on which the brand is based? Therefore, what business is your brand in? Therefore, at whom is the brand aimed? And they all follow in logical common sense once you know the business you're really in. Then, if the brand were a person, what three adjectives would you want to be used when people are talking about your think about your brand? And
Right.
finally, an organizing idea
Mm-hmm.
that the consumer will champion.
Mm.
So,
Correct.
in my article there, I've given example of how Mother Teresa created her brand.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and so again, what do you think? Let's go back to the Google example.
Sure, sure,
The
sure.
obvious emotional truth is people find searching frustrating. Is this true?
Totally true.
That's it. Google is in the business of making searching less frustrating.
Oh, okay. So actually,
That's it.
Yahoo was also in the internet, but yeah, in Yahoo you can see all the advertisement down there, and the Google
No,
just
no. In
okay.
Yahoo, you still have to do Harkirat plus Singh plus.
Oh,
You have to write.
okay,
You have to write it in code.
okay,
So what
okay.
Google did is they wrote an algorithm which
Uh-huh.
uses your computer to tell you
Right.
what you're looking for.
Okay, okay. So
So it's actually a product design which
mm-hmm.
was based on the branding. So many people
Mm.
make this mistake. They think advertising builds brands,
Right,
but
right.
in the 21st century, the product, exactly the same thing that we used to use for what was called account planning in
Okay,
21st century.
right, right.
You can use the same principles, but the product becomes the brand. Your pricing can become your communication. Your place purchase experience can become your communication. So there are what I call the 8 P's of 21st century marketing. You'll find that also in an article called "The Consumer as the Medium."